Akane. I am Aoi. I don't want to work anymore. I want to stay at home for the rest of my life. You're falling into a completely bad way of thinking. Isn't it wonderful to go to bed at your favorite time and wake up at your favorite time? I certainly understand that feeling, although it's hard to achieve that life in quicksand. Let's talk about what kind of life a shouldn't actually leads in the world of cartoons. What an exciting life I'm about to lead! Let's get right to it. 1. A HIKIKOMRI meets a girl. Welcome to the NHK. The top of the list is welcome to the NHK. Before I start the introduction, let me talk about the concept of the video. I'm going to introduce 5 themes about the main character and the people who appear around her, who were withdrawn. I'm getting excited. Can't wait to hear the story. Welcome to the NHK is about a young university dropout and a girl whose goal is to save him. By the way, what does ARC stand for? ARC in the title does not stand for Nippon Hoso Kyokai, Japan's public broadcaster, but for Nihon Hikikomori Kyokai, the Japan Association of Hikikomori. So it's welcome to the ARC. 4 years after dropping out of university, Tatsuhiro Sato became a social recluse and led a self-defeating life, regularly using illegal drugs. A little too much self-indulgence. Tatsuhiro Sato is under the delusion that his withdrawal from college joblessness and reclusive lifestyle are all the result of a conspiracy by a mysterious organization. The name of the organization is NHK, Japan Hikikomori Association. There can't be such a huge organization. Then, Sato meets a beautiful girl, who is the companion of a middle-aged woman, who shows up to solicit him for religion. The mysterious beautiful girl finds out Sato's address from his interview resume, and attaches a letter to Sato's house with his resume, asking him to come to the park. The beautiful girl, who calls herself Miss Nakahara, declares that she will carry out a project to help Sato break free from his withdrawal. While the purpose of the project remains unclear, Mise begins counseling Sato. Not long after that, she and a younger student, Yamazaki, who happens to live in the same apartment, start working together to create a game. Mise is so cute. I'm curious what kind of project Mise is trying to carry out. I'm curious. The more people do nothing, the more they dream of their own success. Sometimes the trigger to get out of the status quo is simpler than it seems. And I think this is a good journey to learn how to deal with life not going the way you want it to. 2. Heroine is an alien. Ground control to psychoelectric girl. Next is ground control to psychoelectric girl. Psychoelectric girl? Some kind of psycho horror anime? You would think so, wouldn't you? The main character, Makoto Niwa, is left at the home of his aunt Minato, who lives alone in the city due to her parents' work. When Makoto entered her aunt's house, where she was told she lived alone, she found a futon with legs. I knew this story was like a horror or suspense anime. Actually, the girl in the futon with legs was the daughter of the self-proclaimed alien woman, my cousin Ioto. Because of the radio-controlled girl, his true youth points are decreasing day by day. At her new school, she enjoys her youth with Ruko Mahin, who wears a helmet to ride her bicycle, and Maikawa, who sits next to her and is 179, 9 tall but has a super frail constitution. But Io becomes an obstacle. According to Maikawa, Io was at the same school until last year, but dropped out. He was missing for 6 months, and when he came back, he started saying that he was kidnapped by aliens and that he is an alien. The story is about a young man who is bewildered by living together with her, but ends up marking a page in his unforgettable youth. Makoto, the main character, wants to live a life of youth, but he is about to be pushed around by Ryo. But why does Ryo wrap himself up in a futon, and why does he drop out of school? The main character, Makoto, has been adding up youth points for every casual episode of his school days. But it is heartbreaking to see him putting his body on the line for Ryo, for the first time without any profit or loss. Tell me another anime about a recluse. Okay, there's more, so I'll talk more. 3. Battle of the Antique Dolls. Rozen Maiden. Next up is Rozen Maiden. John is a depressed boy who never goes to school and is a recluse, living a life where he enjoys the thrill of cooling off the products he buys through online shopping just before the deadline. I wouldn't want to live that life for a minute, even as a HIKIKOMRI. One day, John received a direct mail that simply read, "Do you want to sew or not?" John chose to wind up, and the 5th Rozen Maiden's shoe was delivered to him. Then, dolls of various personalities appeared one after another in front of John. John, who has become a servant of Shu without any other choice, is caught up in the Alice game of competing for the Rozen Mystia, the life of Rozen Maiden. At first, John is repulsed by Shu's arrogant attitude, but suddenly a door breaks a window pane and enters the house, threatening his life, and before he knows it, he is forced to make a contract with Shu. John is caught up in the conflict between the Rozen Maiden through her involvement with Shu, and her heart grows through her encounters with various dolls and their relations. What a surprise to see antique dolls fighting! Introduce me to what kind of dolls you have. Alright, I'll give you a brief introduction of the dolls from Doll 1 to Doll 7. Shu, the main character on the doll side, Doll 5. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and a red robe. She is proud and strict about tea and manners. She values the bond with her contractor. She is determined to win the Alice game my way. Soog into first doll. A doll with silver hair, black robe, black. She is very obsessed with Alice and will stop at nothing to collect Rozen Mystia. She is Shu's biggest adversary in the first part of the series. Hylia, the second doll. A small golden doll, she carries a bell and a violin. Tracy, the third doll. She has long hair and wears a green robe. She is the older of the twin dolls. She is the gardener of dreams with a straw hat. Susie, the fourth doll. A doll with short hair and a blue robe. She is the younger sister of the twin dolls. She is a dream gardener with scissors. Diego, the sixth doll. A young doll, she can grow strawberry vines. She is a crybaby and a spoiled child, but she is very caring and kind. Diego doll 7. A doll with no body, but only a mental body. A white rose grows out of her right eye. Her spirit is tinged with madness due to her long loneliness. She is a villain in this work, and she plays tricks and plays darkly throughout the first, second, and third parts. That's a bit long, isn't it? There are so many. All the girls are cute, but I still like you. The cute dolls are great, but you should also see the process of John and the dolls as their hearts grow through their encounters with the various dolls and their relations. 4. Genius Gamer, siblings summoned to another world. No game, no life. Next is no game, no life. Sola and Shuru are genius gamer siblings who are needs and shut-ins, but are undefeated on the internet under the name Gurang. One day, a boy named Ted, who calls himself God, appears in front of Sola and Shuru, who are so unbelievably skilled that they are said to be nothing more than an urban legend. Ted summons Sola and Shuru, who call real life a shit game, to another world. It is a world where all conflict is forbidden and everything is decided by games. The richest of the 16 races that inhabit the other world, the humankind humanity, So I ensure challenge an unprecedented battle of wits in order to save the humankind, which has lost most of its land to a multitude of races and is on the verge of extinction. The otherworldly story that is so popular today. But a world where everything is decided by games is something to aspire to. Are the two of them good at any game? I'm strong enough to beat God's cat in a game of GameNet chess. No one can compete with that. However, I've reached the top of more than 280 games, but I've never played properly only 2 games, real life game and real life game, because I don't even understand the rules. Also, I have a deep trauma to a certain game. I'm still afraid of real life too. Are there any other episodes related to the main character's games? Yes, I do. Once, I had to move to a new house in a hurry because my opponent, who had won the game by playing a tricky game, identified my address. Also, in the early days, I went to a game center to play a crane game, so I was not out at all. His parents, who had already passed away, were not fond of him. I can't believe that even my parents are dead. It must be hard to live a life of only playing games. Maybe it's a good thing these two were summoned to another world. When I was watching the anime, I couldn't help but get excited about what was going to happen next, as they used their brains to play games in the world they were summoned to. I want to become a recluse and be summoned to another world someday. 5. My sister is a recluse and an illustrator. Eromanga Sensei. What do you mean by Eromanga? I want to read Eromanga too. Please don't ask me. I can't sleep at night because I'm so curious. Please read it secretly. Back to the story. Mayami, a high school student who makes his living as a light novelist, lives alone with his sister-in-law Sakuri, who has been shut up in her room for a year. One day, a classmate tells him that an unidentified illustrator Eromanga Sensei, who is also in charge of illustrations for his novels, has been making fun of Mayami on the internet. Mayami watches a live broadcast of Eromanga Sensei's video streaming, where he learns the true identity of Eromanga Sensei, and the story progresses. Is it a brother-sister romantic comedy story? Not exactly, but something like that. It is a brother-sister romantic comedy work centered on the aspect of a home drama in which the younger sister, who is holed up in her room, tries to get her out of the house, and her dream as an author and illustrator. Among other features, the original novel features several real-life light novels, manga, and video games in addition to fictional works, and the subtitle of each volume is often a parody of the titles of various real-life works, which is interesting. While the main plot is a romantic comedy, I think the relationships between the light novel authors, who are all rivals, are very passionate and good. You can also enjoy the sheer manga-like elements and the straightforward and fresh style of the mocking parts. I didn't have time to introduce you all in detail, but what did you think? There are some works I'd like to see, and I'm even more interested in the withdrawn person. I'm a social recluse myself, and I think watching this anime has given me a good chance to think about how to deal with life not going the way I want it to go. Well, I guess that's all for this video. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a high rating and subscribe to my channel.